Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how some of this data reacts with the ribbon. So as you know, if I don't have anything selected, my ribbon is pretty static. It just remains the same. But if I go ahead and select one of the objects, say I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm just going to pick maybe one of these parcels. So I'm going to select on one of the numbers of these lot parcels. I'm going to highlight it, and notice on my ribbon, all my icons or all my palettes turn a light green color. Okay, so when you have an actual Civil 3D object selected, what happens is that the ribbon changes. It gives you an extra tab at the end, and it tells you all the tools that are available for that specific object. So for anything to do with parcels, brings up all my different tools and features that I can use with parcels. If I decide to select something else, like maybe a profile, if I select one of these lines of the profile, you'll see that another set of tools come up. They're all light green along the palette, showing me all the tools available just for that specific feature. All right. Now, if I have nothing selected and I decide to start one of the tools, for instance, maybe I'll go to the Modify tab and I'll click the Points button, you'll notice that my palettes turn a light blue or a purpley color. And these are all the tools that are available if I choose to create some points. Okay, and I can close that down. And the same with anything. If I want to create a grading object, it comes up and it turns my palettes a light blue, showing me all the tools that are available if I choose to create some grading objects. And I can close that as well. The other nice thing about Civil 3D is that it gives you tooltips wherever you go. So for instance, if I hold my mouse over top of one of these contour lines, it'll tell me there's a tin surface. It gives me the name of the surface and the layer. If I hold my mouse over top of one of the parcels, it'll tell me what type of object that is, if it's a parcel or a parcel segment, and the same with any other objects. If it's an alignment, it tells me all that information. I don't have to select anything. It just gives me all that data right there on my screen. So as I mentioned before, if I select my Prospector tab and click the Points option, for instance, it shows me in an itemized view at the bottom all the different points that are available in that project. Now, if I want, I can show it in a bit easier window to view. If I right-click on Points, I can go Edit Points, and that'll bring up all my points in an itemized list in what's called a Panorama Window. So you'll see this is my Panorama Window, gives me a little bit more space to work with, and I can scroll up and down if I like and show myself all the points. That's called the Panorama Window. The other tab I mentioned was the Settings tab. The Settings tab contains what we call in Civil 3D styles. Styles are ways to display our data. So we don't normally work with layers in Civil 3D, although layers are included in Civil 3D. We like to show our data, not show it, and display it in different ways by using what we call styles. And all those styles are contained in the Settings tab. And if you expand out the Point option, you can see we have different point styles, we have different point label styles, we have different surface styles and different surface label styles, etc., etc. Each object has its own section for the different styles that are used to display it. So there's two ways we can access information. I can go to the pull down menus. It shows me all my information. There's a general, survey, points, surface, lines, curves, parcels, etc. I can also get to most of those tools through the ribbon as well. It may not be as easily categorized in the ribbon, but all those tools are still there. So there's a couple of ways we can get to some tools and features, pull down menus, and the ribbon tab. The other thing I want you to remember is pay particular attention to the tool space. We have the Prospector tab, which contains all the data that's currently in the drawing, and then we have the Settings tab, which controls how that data is displayed on our screen. Okay, so that concludes our introduction to Civil 3D. Thanks, and see you later.